This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook at audiblepodcast.com/TYT.
A Christian pro-life group in Ohio is planning to bring about testimony from a 9-week-old fetus. Okay, so how are they going to do that? What's their point? They're very proud that it is, quote, the youngest to ever testify. I got news for them. They cannot speak. They are fetuses. They're not really testifying. But they're convinced that they are. In a committee hearing, they're going to bring in an ultrasound machine. They're going to put it to the womb of a woman who is 9 weeks pregnant to try to hear the heartbeat. And so if they see the heartbeat, they're going to say, we have fetus testimony. And what is it testifying to? Are they going to bring in a heartbeat expert, like one of their witch doctors, to be like, oh, the heartbeat tells me he is very much in favor. Oh, I don't know, maybe it's a she. It's actually a fetus, and we don't know yet. Has told me that he is very interested in, coming to fruition. And I don't know. Come on. How goofy are these guys? Look, the law that is being proposed in some of these states, and not necessarily in Ohio, but in other places, says, although actually it is in Ohio State Representative Lynn Walkman in this case, who was in another state as well that we reported earlier, says that it would forbid abortions as soon as you can detect a heartbeat. And according to doctors, that can happen as early as 18 days into a pregnancy. But 18 days into a pregnancy, a great majority of women don't even know they're pregnant. So if they lose the pregnancy somehow, then are they responsible? Again, in another state, they said, in Georgia, they said, look, if you have a miscarriage for any reason, once it's conceived, if you lose it for any reason, you're going to have to come into court and prove you didn't do it. So they're going to judge all those women. Now, in the case of Ohio, they're saying, well, 18 days in, you got a heartbeat. So that's, living, breathing, well, not really living and not really breathing, but it is a fetus. So we're going to hold women accountable. Yeah, it's crazy talk. How can you hold them accountable for a pregnancy most of them don't even know exists? Look, like they're obsessed with the idea that this zygote eventually develops into a human being. And then when the human being comes out, a lot of times it's cute. I know. I just went through the process. And you see it in the ultrasound, and it's amazing, right? We know that's how human beings are made. It's not news to us. But at the same time, that doesn't mean the minute that the sperm meets the egg, that's it. It's a fully formed human being. I mean, look, you'd have to be a little dense to not understand the difference. Yes, the process leads into a human being, but the fact that the process began doesn't mean that a human being has already evolved. And by the way, if you want to know my feelings on pro-life, pro-choice, etc., I get people who say, look, that life begins at conception. But it doesn't mean that it exists. It's what I call a dependent life form. It's dependent on the mother. If you took it outside of the mother, it doesn't exist. It's not real. It dies, and it happens all the time, where sperm meets eggs, and the eggs are Y-sided. In fact, it happens 50% of the time. And you have miscarriages, you have abortions, you have a million other things that you have serious health problems that could prevent that dependent life form from becoming an independent life form. So now once it's an independent life form, and you can make the argument that that is at the moment of viability, then the state should protect it. And I think that's a good argument. But when you're saying the state should protect zygotes because there's, a cell beating in there, it's crazy. You can't. It's not practical. It's not moral. It's not your decision. You're literally getting in between a woman and her womb. These guys who claim to be for small government are so full of it. They're the exact opposite. They want to get right there in your uterus with you. Don't let them do it. And I hope that this law in Ohio gets beaten down, and this so-called testimony from a fetus is, of course, patently absurd.
If you don't feel like reading a book and you want to listen to it, all you got to do is go to audible.com and you can download a book onto your iPod or MP3 player. In fact, just the other day, I was listening to 1984, my favorite book. And they have over 75,000 titles to choose from. So you can get a free audiobook if you go to audiblepodcast.com/TYT.